What's going on, everybody? This is KD for the Wealth Wells Trading and Training Discord, where we live trade every single day and we absolutely crush it. This video is going to be about something that many traders have talked about and asked me to put together. So here it is. It's how to set a digital and mental stop loss for max profit. When I'm in a trade, how am I dragging my stop? What am I looking at? What are my parameters? How do I know when to take profit, when not to? How do I squeeze every ounce out of the trade to a point where I'm satisfied or my price level? How to set a digital and mental stop loss for max profit. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. Okay, so as discussed, this video is about digital and mental stop losses. How do we set them? How do I drag them? How does it work mechanically, logistically? What's happening here? All right, on your screen, you have an active trader. This is a simulated environment. This isn't my real account, so just being transparent, you can clearly see it's on demand. I'm only going to use this because obviously today is 6/20/2022. It's the market is closed today, so we can't get any real-time data. That's okay. I will recap. While we do this, I will recap a trade that we made Friday. We made Friday in the market here, our second trade of the day. So Friday was 6/17/2022. I'll recap the trade and show you how we made max profit on the trade and how we were able to manage that trade. All right. So let's get the preliminaries out the way. At this point, you should know that this Discord is not like any other. It's a trading and training Discord. It helps people understand how to trade and trade properly. There are call outs that's made. These call outs are not signals to enter. They are what I see in the market and what I'm doing in the market. And so it's there for educational purposes there. And then, of course, you can take training. So what you need to do, click the link down below and come into the Wealth Wells Discord here. You can clearly see a lot of awesome folks. You need to verify yourself. Read the rules, click the roles to get in here. You can read the testimonials tab. I suggest you spend some time here in this channel here and read what others are saying about this Discord and how it's helped them, right? And how they've been trading. And these are folks giving their honest opinion, right? So one thing that can really tell whether or not someone knows how to trade or not is his ability, number one, to trade, but then also to teach others. So you don't have to listen to my big mouth. You can come in here, click the testimonials, read the testimonials of other successful traders who really were struggling before they came to me, but now they're absolutely crushing it. Then go to one-on-one bookings tab and book your training. The training is brand new, right? And what it is, it's designed to help you from zero to hero, right? You have to take the training in order. You can get on my calendar for that, and then you can get Killer Wells Tier 3 access. This is going to allow you to get into a private room like this right here where levels and other proprietary information is posted, and these are going to be a lot of your serious traders, right? We're not going to have a lot of fluff and a lot of different chatter. We're going to be talking about trade setups. I'm on The Voice live with these individuals every single day. Now, here's the schedule. You can come to my schedule, the Wealth Wells schedule over here, and you can get an idea of where I'm at what time of day, right? Monday, every day, 8:50 a.m., I'm doing pre-market with all the Discord, no matter what, right? And I'm in the main voice for the morning session on Monday with my call-outs and all of my training there. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I spend my time with the Killer Wells, that private chat group we talked about. They get the proprietary levels. They get other trade setups, discussions, coaching. This is a coaching and mentoring program that you're in. And then Friday, I'm back for the morning session with everyone to help you guys. And then Sundays, typically, at 8:15, we do a weekly prep. 15 minutes, I lay out what my expectations are for the week and actually what I'm looking at. What am I trying to, or rather, what do I see in the market that's going to trigger me or tell me, all right, you got to take a position. So let's get back to it, though. We're going to talk about the second trade we made of the day. Now, the first trade we made, very successful. I snapped our page here to 6/17/2022. By the time I snapped this, the call out was made 2 for 2. You can see others. Really nice call there. Beautiful call out, right? You can really see how we've already been crushing it, right? Now, this trade that I did, the second trade of the day, was a very small position size, nothing major, and occasionally I'll show the Discord and the Killer Wells the position size as well as the trade so you can see that I am in the trade with you. Yes, I'm trading right along with you. I'm risking my capital. This is what this thing is about, right? So I also posted that right here. I was in the SPX 3650 put, right? And this thing came in. Let me see if I can get a better view. Let's click it there. This thing came in at about 79 100 there, 79.20, right? So I'm going to discuss that trade right now, and I'm going to help you to understand how, right, how we were able to hold for max profit, and what told me to get into the trade. But more importantly, how do I set a digital and mental stop loss as I'm working through the trade? All right, so let's do that right now, guys. All right, so here we have active trader set up, right? And you guys know this is an active trader view that I used to use. I have a different active trader setup. I have a different active trader setup now, okay? And you have to watch the active trader video to understand that setup, all right? But what I want to share with you now is you can go ahead and watch the active trader video. Watch this video to see my true active trader setup. When I first started trading, this was my setup, right? Just one active trader window. But for me, I feel like the newer setup works a lot better for me. Now, you can set it up how you want. It doesn't matter. Okay. So let's take a look at this, the day, 6/17/2022. The day opens up, right? And let's go ahead and get our day rolling here. You've noticed I've got some key levels. I got a level at 36898 area, 36836 area, 36673 area, 36524, and 36272. All right. So my stop loss, number one, I don't set a digital stop loss, which I'm going to show you now. There's two exceptions to that rule. Typically, I do not set a digital stop loss. I set a digital stop loss only when I'm walking away from my terminal or computer, or I'm distracted. Maybe I've got a conference call and I'm in a trade or something like that, and I want to protect myself from adverse price movements. Then I'll pop a stop loss. But typically, I have a mental stop loss. And I'm going to talk about the mental stop loss in the backside of this video in a moment. Let's talk about the digital one right now. So here's SPY chipping around 36635. I am looking for a rejection at 36898 area. Then I'm looking for a breakdown and follow through past that 36836. Once I get it, that is my indication and trigger to enter the trade. Now, how do I know? How do I know to enter? What am I looking at? What am I, what tells me to get in the trade? No problem. I can help you with that. We won't discuss it in this video because that's in training. Come over to one-on-one bookings, get on my schedule, take the trainings in order. You'll thank me later. That's how you know when to exit and enter a trade and all the beautiful things about this setup, right? But that's what I'm looking for, 36898. So let's try to move forward a little bit here in the active trader. All right, so I'm not quite there yet. I'm not quite there yet. All right, we're still dancing around 368.36. And in the Discord, this was our first trade here. We took this trade out the open from 367 up to 36836. This trade is done now because I know that there's an area of liquidity sitting right there, or some something that could cause a possible change in direction there, right? So now let's fast forward just a little bit more. All right, so we're still kind of coming into this area. So now I am looking to see if I get a rejection in this area. All right, that's what I'm looking at. Do I get a rejection in this area? So let's take a look. Let's fast forward just a little bit more. All right, so we got our rejection in that area, right? Let's try to take it back just a little bit. We got our rejection in that area, and I'm gonna wait until this thing kind of forms there. All right, and as it forms, you're gonna notice, as you just saw, that we're gonna get a rejection in this area, and we're gonna get a change in direction. Okay, so now once we get that, that's got my ears perked up a little bit. That's the first thing. All right, I am getting the expected behavior that I thought we would get. So it should be time for me to get into a position. So just in this environment here, I've got some 0 DTEs, 368 puts, right? I typically trade at and in the money positions, or I'll trade positions that are, close to the open range of a trade that I've already taken, or close to the open range of the day, right? If I, for example, if I know that I'm coming back to this area right here, if I know that I'm coming back to this 365 area here, then I'll just take a position here, right? It's not too far out, but I'll take a position here. But typically, I'm adding in the money. All right, give myself some nice theta here so that the delta can work for me and the theta won't work against me so bad. All right. So we're just waiting on this thing to kind of chip around here, and as it comes down and breaks through, I'm going to enter a trade right about here. right about here, this is when I'm going to enter the trade, right? Because I want to break and I want to follow through. I wanted to break down past my levels and I want confirmation. So let's do that now. All right, so we got to move here and we broke past the level, right? So we break past the level here. Now, around this area here, I'm going to grab my first set of contracts to the downside. So you can join the bid, you can buy a market, whatever. But with SPY, I don't mind doing a market order unless the move has already happened. Then I'll wait till it settles out. But if I get in anywhere up here, I'll just market order, right? So let's buy some in. Let's go ahead and get filled right there. We're filled at 247, and this is our entry area. Now, for all intents and purposes, my entry would have been up here. But for the sake of training in this, delayed environment, I'm okay with the fill down here. Now, look to the right here. This is a big no-no, and I've got this here for a reason. I do not trade with my P&L on the screen like this. I do not trade with my P&L on the screen like this. It's not healthy. It will throw you off. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your P&L says right here while you're in the trade. All you care about is it being a good trade, right? So I am telling you to take your P&L off your screen. All right, if you want to be successful and you want to really crush this thing, take your P&L off your screen, right? So I'm gonna leave it here for training purposes so you can understand the power of this, of how to set a digital stop. But don't have this on your screen here, folks. It does you no good. It does you no good. All right. So the first thing that I'm going to do, now that I'm in the trade, I've got my average bid right there, or cost of the contract is right there. The entry cost of the contract is right there, right? You can clearly see where buyers are. You can clearly see where sellers are. So you don't want to be anywhere where buyers are, right? You don't want to have a stop loss so tight because your order will get filled anywhere up in this area. But you have to get an idea of what your risk to reward is. So if you want to understand risk to reward, you should watch this video right here. And this video is distance-based risk to reward. It gives you an idea of where I'm in a trade, how I like to drag my stop loss in relation to the trade, in relation to my levels, and kind of where I'm going, right? What I like to see, all right? So right around this area here, we're still dancing. I've entered the trade, all right? I'm not really heavily into profit. I'm still at a break even. Again, the trade that we entered was right at the break in this area, so we were a little above this, so it would have been in profit a little bit by this time. But for the simulation, it can work a little wonky or a little choppy, right? So this is the area that I'm watching. Now, right away, to protect myself after I enter the trade, I'm looking at my levels. And the first thing I'm going to do, if I didn't get in here based on the signal of a doji and some other indicators, I got in right at the break of this level here, 36836. I would then put my stop loss right here, but I would not put it at the level. I would put it slightly above the level because I'm going to give myself a little breathing room for wicks. So right away, I come over to the active trader side, right under ask size area sell. You see how when I hover my mouse to your right there, you can see an indicator popping up, sell 30 stop, sell 30 stop. See that? It would be the same on the right, buy 30 limit, buy 30 limit. You see it? So when I hover my mouse into this ask area, it's going to assume I want to put a stop on this side, assume I want to put a order in to buy more. So I am going to come very far away from my entry down here where I see no activity, no buyers sitting, no sellers, and I'm going to pop a stop. Now you can clearly see it creates a flag on my screen. Do you see that? Now, if you're in a risky trade, a DTE, 0 DTE, you want to be further away because this thing is dancing hard. Now, we're in a simulated environment. It's not dancing as hard as it normally would. So I would click this thing, right-click it, and you can drag it down like that, which would move your stop up if you're in a put like this, right? So that you've cleared it. Now, where do I want my stop? As I discussed, I want my stop above my price target, my entry level. Why? It gives me a nice buffer. So all I do is drag it until I see it line up with a comfortable area on my screen that's just above my level, right? Right there. I'm good with it. Now, you may be saying, yeah, but KD, this thing is in profit, and you should move it tighter to take your profit. That's true. It is in profit at this point, and I can move it a little bit tighter. But the reality is I also have to understand one key element of trading. And that element is know where you're going. We don't take trades with the intention of hoping that we get to our level or we hope it makes money. we have a high level of certainty. We have conviction, and we use all of our indicators, not lagging indicators, but all of our indicators to tell us that the hold is good. And so I simply have to wait and let the trade work itself out. So in this example, I've entered the trade in a nice area. Unless this trade completely reverses on me and I get stopped out with a big wick, yeah, I'll take a loss then. Or you could ride it super tight if you're nervous. That's up to you. But you won't get max wins or max profits riding your position so tight. You just have to let it work itself out. You just got to let it work itself out. So here's the next element now. All right, so this my stop loss here, and I don't know why that danced around, but it should be there. There's my stop loss right above my level. Now I'm at my second level or first price target. If I have conviction that we're going to break down past this, leave your stop loss. You don't have conviction, drag your stop loss down so that it's tight. And then you get stopped out in profit, right? You make a little bit of money. In this case, I have conviction that I am going down to 362.72. Ultimately, I'm going down there. And so what I'd like to do is let this trade work itself out until I break down past my major levels. So what would cause me to move my stop loss? When I get a break and follow through, some type of indication that I'm going to have continuation past my level, that is what's going to get me to move my stop, right? Now, secondly, as I see candles going in that direction, here's the thing that you want to be mindful of. As I see candles moving in my direction, you could move it a little bit, but because there's some really weird action that can happen, I know that the market can be temperamental. I can get a long, nasty wick. People call it stop hunting and other things. I don't necessarily agree that every time you see a long wick, someone stop hunting, but call it what you want. But the reality is I need to wait until this thing breaks down. All right. So as we get these candles forming here, now let's take a look and see, once we get past this level, I want to see strong direction, an indication that I'm going to break and continue to move. I'm already trickling down, a couple dojis and spinning tops here, but as we break, I want to see strong action, right? Otherwise, I don't touch it. Now, you can clearly see at our level, we're getting some resistance. See that right there, right? So this tells me, yeah, just wait. We could come back up here. But I'm not in this trade to scalp it. Now, had I been in this trade to scalp it, it would just be level to level. I wouldn't have even put a stop on there. I would just click sell, right? Sell market or join the ask, whatever, and get out of this trade as soon as it hits my target right there. But again, I am holding for a longer move, okay? So let's just look around and take a look here. I'm going to fast forward a little bit just so you can get an idea of where we're going. All right, look at that breakdown, right? So you had to wait past this candle here. Then you got a strong indication that we're moving. Now I come all the way down to my stop loss, and I now start to move my stop loss down to the next area, right? And so where am I going to move it? The first area I'm going to move it to, as it comes down through this level, is I'm going to move it right above my price target. Right above my price target. Now, I am significantly in profit. There's nothing that can happen to this trade that's going to make me lose money, right? At this point, because I'm going to trail it even tighter, right? Now, obviously over here, active traders acting up a little bit. Let's see where the bid is right now. All right, so we're somewhere around 351. So you're somewhere around 3K, right? Somewhere around 3K. So now I'm going to move this thing even more. Let's move it some more. All right, now we're going to move it because it's breaking down past our levels, and we want follow through. Now you're tight. You get a little tighter with your stop loss. Now, let's keep our wits about us. What's governing when I move this thing? Open and a close, break and close beneath my level. See, I'm beneath the level. I want some follow through right here. I get the follow through right here. Now I move my stop loss down even more for max profit, just above my level. So let's look at this candle here, and let's see if we actually get, some type of a move here. And if it continues to break down, we know, all right, we're going to lock in some more profits. If not, just keep your stop exactly where it is, okay? Just keep it where it is. So now, okay, we're getting some more, the stock is kind of fighting right here. And again, this is a simulated environment. So the real time, you would have seen a move a lot faster, right? You would have seen this thing kind of break down a little bit quicker, all right? And I'm going to drag my stop a little bit more, right? So now we're in profit here significantly, and we'll just continue to move it as we see this thing break down a little bit more. Now we've locked in 1590, and we want to see some nice follow through here, right? Want to see some nice follow through here. So until we get it, don't touch your stop loss just yet, right? Till you get it, don't. Now let's fast forward just to get an idea where we're going. All right, now look at this massive move here. So we had to sit through a little bit of this. We've locked in a little bit of profit. Now you're going to get max profit on your move. Look at the bid now. Look at the price action now. You're at 9.3. So now you come back and you just continue to slide based on your levels. That's all you do. And you let this thing come into max profit. Now, because I've blown through 1, 2, 3 price targets for me, because of my levels, I know what they are. That's enough. So now I'm a little tighter. Now I'm bringing it even tighter because I'm happy with my profit. And this is my area of exit, right? So now as we break down there, I'm going to bring it to about right there and just get stopped out, right? And let this thing go to my price target. Why do you not drag it even more? Well, because this was my target. I have a clear indication of where I'm going, and I'm happy with those profits. And so when I exit a trade, it's a reason I exit a trade, right? So let's see what happens at this level, as you can probably guess, right? All right, it was an excellent area to exit. I may not want to sit through this dance. We don't know what's going to happen after this. Likely there's some liquidity down here and we would go to the upside, which we did, which we absolutely did on Friday. Excellent trade. As discussed, this trade ended up banking 79.20, right? You saw the position there. You saw the trade there. Not a major trade, not a major position. We do this every day, but I teach traders to use the DAC, divide their account up, and this gives them a number of trades in a day. So if you can do this 10 times in a day, 6 times in a day, you can be a very successful, very profitable trader. All right. That is how I drag my digital stop loss. Let's recap again. Once I get a break and I enter my position, I put the stop loss above. A flag appears on the screen here. As I break down past my levels, I go to my active trader ladder and I move the stop loss just above the next level after I've broken down with follow through. So I break down, stop loss is here. Break down even more, follow through, stop loss is here. Break down even more with follow through, stop loss is here. As I get tighter to my entry, I start to move the stop loss tighter, and I allow active trader to stop me out for max profit. I do that, rinse and repeat on every trade. That is how to set a digital stop loss and drag it. That is how I do it, right? It has been very good, very successful for me, and I'm confident it can be for you as well. Okay, now, how do you manage a digital stop loss? What do you do? How do you manage? A mental stop loss. How do you manage a mental stop loss? What do you do? All right, I'll show you that now. So let's take a look at our window here. All right, so here's our window, right? Trading view for the same day, 6/17, all right? You can clearly see a few of my levels there. This isn't all of them, but a few of them, right? Now, in trading view here, I've got a level at 369, 16 area, right? And just like the active trader window that you just saw, I'm looking at a rejection here. I'm looking for a rejection here, all right? So I get my rejection up here. I'm going to take the trade, right? And this was the area we got into the trade. We saw the breakdown here. We tried to get into this trade right around there, and we got it, right? Ultimately, I'm looking for us to come to this area right down here at 36286. That's ultimately where I want to take profit at, right around there, okay? So I'm happy if we do. We get down there, I'm good. But I don't just get into a trade and then just hope that it's going to go down there and whatever. I still have a mental system that I put in place. I'm going to discuss that with you now, all right? The mental system works like this. Let's go ahead and minimize this a little bit so you can kind of see on your screen. And I'm going to bring up Active Trader to the right here. All right, there you go. Here's the mental system. Once I get the breakdown of my level here, I come over and I just put a line on my screen like so. And this is my mental stop loss. It's not in Active Trader, it's on TradingView. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an alert to that line like you see there so that a chime will go off to let me know, hey, you've hit your stop, get out. And as this stock continues to break down past my levels, level 1, you see the stop loss is above my level. Once we break down and we pass the next level with some follow through, I will wait till the second candle breaks. I simply grab my stop and I move it more, just like that. It's a process that I use to manage my mental stop losses. As we break down more, I simply drag it more, right? This is me managing my trade. As we break down more, I simply drag it even more, just like that, right? And so right around this area, as we go, and if I hear that chime, if I hear it go off, then I know to go ahead and just sell, and I'm out the trade. But either way, there is some mechanics for me. This is my setup. This is my system, how I approach this thing. I am disciplined enough to know when I hear that chime get out, there's a reason. But I don't want to have a digital stop loss up here for me because of the wicked out behavior. I know that sometimes these wicks can prevent you from getting max profit. So I'm willing to sit through a little bit of that. I'm willing to have a risk to reward that's comfortable for me in order to get the profits that I want. So you're going to have to sit through a little bit of pain sometimes. You're going to have to put some risk out there, right? And it doesn't mean you have to take risky trades. You just need to assume the risk, right, that you're willing to take on. So in this example, I have a line on my screen. As I break down, this is literally how I'm managing my trade. Just like that. As we break down, right? So let's try to recap this one a little bit. How about we replay this day, right? And we'll start from maybe here. How about we do that? There we go. We'll start from there, all right? And as this day breaks down, I'm going to now grab a stop loss, a digital line there, right? And I'm just waiting, right? Just as I've shown you. Now I'm going to grab that line here. And this line is, you know, my stop loss with an alert attached to it. All right. So we get the break. Now we get the break. I enter the trade here, right? I'm waiting for this thing to break down. Now I come over. I set the stop loss above. I want follow through. I get the follow through. There's my stop. Okay. Right there. There's my stop. Okay. Continue to break down even more. I'm just simply waiting for this thing to move. I want to be cognizant of these wicks here because I don't want to get wicked out. Now I see aggressive price action. I'm not too excited just yet. I wait for further breakdown. Now I get the further breakdown. I want to see us move past another level. We get it. Now I move my stop. Just like that, right there. I get the further breakdown. If I see any aggressive move into this area, then I'll go ahead and get out. All right, we're dancing around here. As soon as we clear this area here, then I'll move the stop. There's aggressive move. I'm going to bring this stop all the way down here. And at that point, as you come back through it right there, I'm stopped out. That's how this works, folks. That's exactly how it works. All right, so that's how you set digital stop losses. That's how I set a mental stop loss and manage my trade. And this is how I'm able to get max profit on the day every single day. Now, what will this take? It's going to take you 3 things to be successful using stop losses. All right, 3 things. Number 1, patience. It's going to take patience for you to understand what, where, how to implement them, right? The second thing is going to take for you is it's going to take discipline. So patience and discipline for you to understand when to move that stop loss so that you can get max profit. The third thing is going to take is what we're doing right now. It's practice. You're going to have to spin up a simulated environment or use real-time data or trade in the market real time just using smaller capital, and you're going to have to just get good entering and exiting at your levels and dragging that thing until you get comfortable enough where you can read the market. All right. This is the video on how to set digital and mental stop losses for max profit. The trade that we just recapped, you guys saw it there, ended up for that trade 79.20, was a very successful and profitable day. I made 6 trades that day. I ended the week. Let me see if I can find the recap for you guys so you can see what the week ended like. Let's take a look here. Let me bring this up for you, and you can get an idea of, the amount of trades and, really everything that we did. Let's see here. There we go. Everything that we did for the week. So here's the week. Last week, I ended the week, short week or smaller week, 27 wins, 2 losses, right? And the 2 losses that I took were from Friday. Small losses, still ended very, very green, but a solid week. And a lot of traders also made some nice profits, right? Nice profits as well. So this was what the week looks like. And if you're trying to get those max profits, then I encourage you folks to do yourself a favor. Go ahead, click the link down below, come into the Discord. If you are a trader where you want to grow, you want to be inside of a community of other, hungry traders, successful traders, without all of the extra and fluff there, without all of the, distractions, then we invite you to come in, right? So I just wanted to make this quick video. I get a lot of folks asking me about stop losses. They want to know digital and mental. I've shown both of them to you guys. You understand my scenario. You understand my setup, when I use them, when I don't. And I hope this will be helpful to you guys as well. This is KDW for the Wealth Wells. This is how to set a digital and mental stop loss for max profit. KDW signing out.